Welcome back to Horseshoe Theory.
Welcome back to my podcast.
Today on the podcast,
Today on my podcast.
what are you doing?
Today on my podcast is my friend Saplow.
My friend Saplow.
Everyone say hi, Saplow.
No, people need to understand that this isn't just a random positor we pulled off the street to posit. So Saplow is the editor of Gokanaru. You're kind of like his mentee.
I guess that's a good
How'd
way
that
of describing it. So I was like 14.
And he slid into your teeth.
Hello and welcome back to Horseshoe Theory, the only podcast that isn't trying to be Cumtown or the Joe Rogan Experience. Today on the podcast, we have Saplow. Saplow edits for famed YouTuber and our good friend Gokanaru. He's also been staying at our studio for the last few months. In this episode, we talk about what it's like to sleep on the floor in an office full of a bunch of YouTubers. We talk about Minecraft. We talk about the YouTube climate in general. And we talk about why fat people shouldn't be allowed to vote. Also, we are happy to announce that we are launching a Patreon for the Horseshoe Theory podcast. On the Patreon, you have exclusive episodes like the famed JJ and One Dime debate. You have the secret episode 2. You have ad-free versions of all of our episodes. And we have Patreon exclusive episodes coming down the chute. Ones that are going to be just too raunchy to put on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Music. If you like what we do, and you want to support us, you want to make sure this continues indefinitely, literally indefinitely, please support us on Patreon. Link is in the description. Turn off your video essay, put down your copy of Fanged Numina, and listen to what Saplow has to say.
You're watching about how to play 9 games of poker?
Yeah, I was, and the comments were just like really disapproving of this guy, and they were like,
he's addicted to gambling.
They're like, he's a gambling addict. I was impressed.
Yeah, because your whole theory is that the addicts want to be addicted to things.
Yeah. Because yeah, I guess I'll just commit to that for now. But it's like I think of it like when you see somebody who's had a pattern of habitual behavior for like years, like a decade or something, that's their true self. They're living their best life.
That's just them.
That's just them. Because it's like they would have changed it. It's been 10 years. And they haven't changed it. They've only gotten better at it. You know? It's like if you've been in the gym for 10 years, you want to be in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because most people try.
If you're doing crack, you want to be doing crack.
But it has to be for 10 years.
Okay, so what? The habit lasts for 10 years and then it's like codified as like, you want to be doing this.
Yeah, something like that. Because it's like, it's been a while. You know, a lot of people, they'll try.
Like Brogan and I are addicted to nicotine, right? So like we've got Zins in our mouth right now.
Yeah, but you guys will be like, maybe I want to wean off of it next week, but you don't. But it's like, if you guys...
No, it's been 10 years for me.
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Do you think you're ever going to actually stop?
Probably not.
Yeah, unless your body starts to really reject it.
It has been.
Yeah, and you're still sticking with it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love nicotine.
See, and it's like, unless there's something that like really gets that like wall of like, oh, you're fucked, you're not really going to stop. You're not going to cut down.
I think the metaphysics of addiction, you know, there's like morals exist outside as like a concept, right? We were talking about this yesterday, the human... We're animals. We're just desire. There is no logic within us. There's no like morals within us, right? We're just different desires combined. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, if you're smoking crack, what's telling you to stop smoking crack? There's no like outside arbitration. It's like just keep smoking crack.
Everyone on the street who looks at you,
who gives a fuck
society?
about
you don't get arrested for that anymore.
That's all relative.
You don't even get arrested for smoking crack.
I think there's a battle within a person who's, you know, addicted to something where one part of them is telling them to stop and another part is telling them to give in.
The other part is just a combination of everybody else.
You see, this guy...
the part that wants to keep going. That's deep inside them.
Okay, so we decided to open this podcast with wild positing about something that no one here is qualified to talk about, which is addiction.
No, hold up. I've had my fair share of fast food.
Yeah, you were addicted to Osmos.
I had a struggling, crippling addiction to Osmos.
It's not equivalent to crack.
And it's not because I haven't done it for 10 years.
Osmos.
I'm going to stop at 9. I'm going to stop. Osmos shawarma poutine with no spice. I'm going to stop at 9 years.
Osmos is so fucking mid.
This man just doesn't get it. Have you had the Osmos shawarma poutine?
No, when I get
you said no.
I get chicken and lettuce when I go to shawarma places.
Yeah, but that's because I don't get the chicken and lettuce when I go there. I get the shawarma poutine with no spice. It's good.
I get chicken, no rice, lots of spice with lettuce and olives, and I fucking shit myself an hour later.
I know, because you're not ordering the same food that we're not even on the same paradigm.
Welcome back to Horseshoe Theory.
Welcome back to my podcast.
Today on the podcast,
My podcast.
What are you doing? I was really doing my best to give this.
Yeah,
some
I think I might-
Today on my podcast is my friend Saplow.
My friend Saplow.
Everyone say hi, Saplow.
No, people need to understand that this isn't just a random positor we pulled off the street
Yeah,
to posit.
no.
Although that's basically going to be the podcast.
Eventually, we'll get there. That'll be great.
You're just going to free associate on topics like you do, you've done the last 8 months.
Yeah, I can only free associate because I don't read enough literature to make you guys think that I'm legit.
Literature.
But
That's true. That's true. If you just read a lot, you could be saying all the
Literally,
same things.
the moment that I've read enough books, 1.2 million people on Twitter are gonna care.
Yeah.
They're gonna care a lot about what I do.
Yeah. You're still hung up on the Hegelian e-girl thing, huh?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
They were nice.
So Saplow is the editor of Gokanaru.
Yes.
You're kind of
Yes.
like his mentee.
Yeah. I guess that's a good
How'd
way of
that happen?
describing it. So I was like 14.
And he slid into your
No, okay. I think I started watching when I was like 14, 15. For like, then he like for when he's around the Age 3 podcast about the video he made, and then it's like a criticism video of Age 3, because he's a drama YouTuber, and then he I think he made videos of semi consistently for like a year and a bit after that. Oh no, yeah, 2018 to 2020, he made one video about how he's in Hong Kong now, and then disappeared for a year and a half. And so for a long time, everyone just thought he died, like he's like in a prison in the CCP or something, because it was about like the Hong Kong protests. So it was like, oh, did he get captured? Did he get got? And then I was just like, every 6 months I'd revisit all his videos and just pray that he'd come back one day. And then he did, which was like hype as hell. And he started doing these like weekly live streams. And I was like, well, these are great, but I don't have time to watch these like when they come out. I always miss them. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to edit them into videos, because they're just kind of getting streamed and then nothing's being done with these. And I was like, I like editing, I like art, and I like hearing the lore about Gokanaru videos. Like he talked about why he went to Hong Kong, and like that was his most anticipated series for a while, probably still is. So I made exactly 2 videos editing his streams down before he hired me to do like YouTube shorts for him.
So you were Gokanaru's number one guy, number one super fan.
I think I might be the most dedicated Gokanaru fan that exists.
Because you like him so much, you were like, I'm gonna make this guy techno capital.
Yeah,
I'm gonna edit his streams into a more marketable format.
I was like, I wanted to practice editing. I was getting really into it, and I was like, this is a great way to practice, and then maybe he'll notice me. And then he actually did, and I was like, holy cow, this is awesome. This is awesome.
And then what? He took you under his wing and was like, you're my guy now.
You know, to clarify, this all happened when I was like 18, so.
Did it?
Yeah, like 19, 18,
okay.
something like that.
So nothing happened inappropriate.
No. When I was 14 and I started watching him, and that is nothing.
Okay. Wow, what a good guy Gokanaru is.
Yeah, he did not.
I wouldn't have waited.
I was not groomed into working with him.
Groom minors into doing your YouTube labor for you.
Yeah,
It's all good.
editing your VODs.
More common than you think.
Yeah.
That's like the number one. Like we just allow child labor laws. We just look the other way when it comes to YouTube.
They get so excited.
They're so excited. They're so excited to be underpaid.
It's true, because they do it for free. I
Yeah.
was doing it for free, and I wasn't even a child.
Right.
Think about that.
Imagine, that's actually a genius concept. Like, it's PewDiePie asks a bunch of 14-year-olds to do all of his work.
Yeah.
They do.
And they're just so fucking excited they just do it for free.
They
Yeah.
would. They would.
That's awesome.
There's some talented 14-year-olds out there.
Think
too.
about all the stuff people have done about PewDiePie for free already.
Some of these 14-year-olds. They're like, they're 14. But, yeah, that's a good one. Logan Paul.
Yeah. I'm very familiar with this. I used to like open this up and just look at it. Just look through.
Yeah, some of these 14-year-olds, they're 14, but like they edit like they're 20.
Yeah, they're so good. And then
Yeah.
they fall off really hard into like just like after.
Right.
There's some wall that they hit where they just become deranged.
Who's that guy you were that yelled at his girlfriend? He has the Cockney accent. And he's like, "You fucking stupid."
Oh, Alex.
Oh,
I'm Alex.
I'm Alex. That guy's not a good editor.
Oh,
That guy's not good at anything.
yeah. Fuck that guy.
Except threatening to throw bricks
He's got
at
that
his
fetal
girlfriend.
alcohol syndrome.
He really does.
Fuck, he's got
He looks so like
Henry. Is it over?
yeah.
Is it over for him,
Yeah,
Henry?
can we do a quick black pill analysis of I'm Alex?
This is painful for you.
Would you say it's brutal?
It's actually not that bad. That's like very.
Okay, he has a lisp though. Isn't it over?
Asian-
Wait, 1 to 10.
No, like a 5.
5. Okay, that's generous.
Mm.
Yeah. He looks like a pumpkin.
You could just carve him right out.
You could just carve his face.
I'm gonna
right
smash your pumpkin face.
He looks very drawable.
I'm gonna smash your bleeding, bloomy, blimey, bleeding, bloody, blimey, bloomy. Okay. Anyway,
But the fun part about this drama is that in the arguments with his girlfriend, he was telling her that he was gonna get her famous, and like all he had to offer was like all you had to do was ask me.
I related to him so hard in that moment.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, you don't understand. I'm not giving you any emotional support, but I can shout you out on YouTube.
You know this? Oh my god! The argument. It's so funny, like thinking about getting an argument with your partner.
If you don't see yourself a little bit in the latest lol cow of the week, then you haven't fully integrated yourself. What's that?
Just arguing with your partner and being like, all you had to do was ask and I would have made you famous. And you're like a 2 million sub YouTuber that everyone kind of hates.
Yeah, you like don't make good content.
Okay, but like he pivoted into like the woman audience real hard with that.
Oh,
So
disaster.
They did actually like his content.
Okay, it was just woman content.
It was just woman content, basically.
Broad tent.
Yeah.
So you're as a mentee of Gokanaru.
Yeah,
What's that like? Do you like learn a lot about internet drama?
Yeah. Actually, I've been able, and surprisingly not as much as you'd think. I've kind of like, because it kind of sort of become like a job, YouTube drama. I've not gone out of my way to like religiously watch Turkey Tom anymore.
Yeah.
And now I just kind of know about the drama based on like a couple of things that I'll see on Twitter, even though my Twitter's pretty like purged of that. And then when I edit a video for him, or when I'm walking around with him at night and he talks for like 5 hours about all of the different things that are happening that are insane.
Mm-hmm.
That also like he's like these don't matter at all, but this is like, oh, this is crazy. Yeah, it's great. I get like every single day I get like a 4 to 8 hour Gokanaru podcast, and just awesome. So I get to the streets of downtown Toronto, just passing by as I hear like Gokanaru talking about some crazy shit.
You
right
had a
now.
free one-on-one podcast.
It's so awesome, man. It's so awesome.
Free one-on-one.
I love
podcast.
talking to Brogan because it's like I get a podcast of Horseshoe Theory for free just for me.
I get half the Horseshoe Theory. I know, same with you. I get half the Horseshoe Theory podcast for free.
50% of it to alone.
It's so awesome.
So okay,
But I do like, not just about drama, but it's less so, but I get to learn more about the cool things about drama, which is like the behind the scenes, like things that are just like, you can't really talk about, but it's like these people are doing this right now, and it's like, this is some crazy stuff, and these guys are stupid, or who's actually actually worth listening to, and who has power like relatively in the community is really cool.
interesting. Yeah. But Gokanaru's power analysis.
Yeah, he really does. He's just doing that a lot.
He's been really getting into power as a concept.
I feel like it's a channel meme at this point. It's like Gokanaru
power.
But it's like, yeah.
Yeah, one thing I really appreciate about having Gokanaru in the studio
Mhm.
is like there's like a 3-hour long Turkey Tom documentary about some guy. I'm like, Gokanaru, explain this to me in 10 minutes, and then he does.
Well, okay, but it's gonna be 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. I say
It's-
10 minutes, and
Because he's the first. He's
20.
like power.
First, I have to talk to
You
you
see,
about power.
Turkey Tom has all the power because he gets to tell the story in the way that he wants.
that's a good impression. Do you have a Gokanaru impression?
I just like whenever he sees something that's crazy, he does this.
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, he really is kind of like an anime character.
It's great.
Actually-
I was watching him watch that America movie about like the Civil War, and like where they're taking like America's fallen and
Yeah.
they're fighting and they kill the president. Spoilers. And he was going through it, man, with that. I was looking, I'm like, he could probably just like picturing like all his moments in like Hong Kong and like the existential horror of just that movie existing now
Yeah.
or something. Like,
Yeah.
it was crazy. I was like, man, I wish I felt 10% of that emotion.
He's a good autismophrenic. He's making the lateral connections, but then he can get really sucked into power for like 2 years.
No, it's great. What I love about Gokanaru is that he will say that he will make a video, and then 2 years will go by and that video's not been made. but one day it will actually be
He
finished.
actually will make.
He will. Everything he tells me, I know it eventually will happen. He just might die of old age before.
Right. So you still have hope that like Hong Kong will happen.
Oh, that's happening. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm no doubt
5
in my
years later.
mind. Yes.
What were you saying?
I was just thinking about him reacting to things because I never put that together. But it's like, yeah, you say things. And he's like just really dramatic.
He also has a way of describing things that, when you really think about it, are like they're exactly how he describes it. It's exactly how it is, but it's also like you can also easily rationalize it and as not mattering at all. But he will look into something with such like drastic like insight or something. Will be like this, they'll make everything feel like it's like this is so important right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, it is, but it's also like no. That's what I've noticed. It's like
he's good at bringing you into his dopamine
you're
rabbit
like,
hole.
oh my god,
But,
you're right.
okay, so
and
you're
also like, whoa.
But
whoa.
you're an interesting guy to be Gokanaru's mentee because you're much more, I guess, observational and more like you don't get into things, you don't believe things as seriously as Gokanaru does.
Yeah,
you're kind of everything. All beliefs for you are just kind of like a little game, a little joke.
Yeah, it comes from my privileged upbringing.
Right, yeah, that's why.
Upper middle class. It's a good lifestyle.
So
I recommend it.
You're from Victoria.
Yes.
And we flew you out to live in our studio, basically, and be our editor.
Yes.
Be our studio editor. So you've been here for what, 8 months?
Yeah, 8 months. I think it's been 4.5 because I went back for a month and a half, and I agreed to 6 months. So, we're coming up on the end of that 6 months.
Okay.
Damn. Are you gone forever?
I think I will come back at some point, but this trip needs to be more financially beneficial for me. Like when I come back, I want to come back and be able to not be in the studio. Like I want my
to afford your own place.
I want a bed.
Yeah.
I want a bed. I want a bedroom more than I want a bed.
So look, did we fly out a young person to sleep on the floor of an office space?
I flew myself up.
True.
To be fair,
we know that we didn't fly him out. He flew himself out.
I also wanted to come though. Like,
yes.
I really did want to come. To me, I was just thinking like, do I go here and like really establish myself a bunch of Canadian, like big YouTube Canadian people, or do I go to college? I already tried college.
You picked the right decision.
You chose this over college.
I already tried college. I went, I can't do this.
Right.
So I was like, what makes more sense? What I'm already doing, but more of it, or that's made me money, or like 50 to 100K more in debt. And I also just fail all the time.
And you have no connections. You run into Greg, and you're like, "Oh, I love your work," and he goes, "Oh, thank you," and walks away.
Yeah. No, dude. The craziest thing. This is the craziest moment of my like meeting someone, like a celebrity, someone, anyone, was literally walking around Vancouver. The first time I've been to Vancouver in like 10 years or 9 or 10 years. I get there, and I'm just waiting outside of a noodle place. I look to my right, and there is J-Reg. J-Reg.
He's saying it like that because I got to recognize.
Are you autistic? You don't know J-Reg?
by like a fully, actually, like schizophrenic, mentally ill woman who recognized me, and and she was like, she ran into one of her friends, and she was like just yapping at me for like 15 minutes.
On the phone.
Straight.
She was on the phone.
Yeah,
following us.
And then she was like, "I'm with J-Reg," and then she was like, "Who's J-Reg?"
The guy was like, "Who's that?" You don't.
Are you autistic? You don't know J-Reg?
Yeah, she said, "Are you autistic? You don't know who you don't know J-Reg."
J apostrophe Reg.
J-Reg.
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 The whole time that guy on the phone was just like, "Please come home. Where can I pick you up? Where are you?"
Yeah,
Just
that was
come
an interesting relation. But anyway, yeah. So we ran into each other in Vancouver.
Yeah, and I was just like so happy because there was no one on earth that I could run into randomly and be able to go, "Yo, it's J-Reg. I edit for Gokanaru because he just collaborated with you guys."
Right.
And I get to say that. And I also just like finished editing a video with you in it or something.
Yeah.
No. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I was just like, I've never thought of being able to meet some e-celebrity or whatever and actually have something to say to them.
Right.
That it goes beyond the just like, yo, that video you made that one time or that movie or that song was good, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, is it even worth saying anything to a celebrity if you don't have something that like actual like connection piece, you know?
Right.
Yeah, collapse the fan into the pier.
Yeah,
Like,
you're more of a peer.
Just like see me a little bit, and then I ended up like meeting you guys in Vancouver as well.
Yeah.
For a couple days. That was also just so awesome. That was so awesome.
Hanging out with JJ McCullough and Gokanaru.
Literally, I was like, I saw one JJ McCullough video about BBC11, BBC 11.
BBC 11.
And then I was like, oh, this is him, and he's like, I don't know. I was just like, he's so cool. JJ McCullough is the goat. For real.
He's a cool guy. And then you have a video where you teach him how to play Minecraft.
I did a live stream with him where I taught him to do Minecraft, and he asked me if one time he was like, the pixels, can I make it not blocks?
Yeah, he's like, can I how do I turn this from not being blocks anymore, like in the graphic settings of Minecraft? Like how can I make it like, circles?
Yeah, like just improving the graphics quality, make the blocks go away.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, it's just like this is like shitty graphics, so everything's blocky. But if I turn it up, then
it's gonna look like Grand Theft Auto or something.
Yeah.
Like photorealistic.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a fun stream.
This is a great video.
Yeah, this is a great video. Great opening.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was so happy. I got to make a sketch, and he was so down to film it too. It was so fun. I love skits at the beginning of videos. Like YouTube used to be all about sketches, and it's sort of coming back a little bit. But I want people to integrate sketches into long form videos. Like kind of like what they did with like Content Cop, but like everyone used to do that. I feel like, and now almost nobody does.
Yeah, it's either like the whole video is a sketch, or it's just like you talking commentary style. That's why Gokanaru.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Yeah,
he puts sketches in his videos. He's like a filmmaker, but a drama YouTuber.
It's true. There's been a real lack of artistic lens in the drama community.
He's so like. The videos are so just and the best thing about the Gokanaru channel is that when you go back and you watch from like when he started his vlogs, there is a continuous story that links its way through pretty much all of the videos on his channel. And he still references like stuff he was doing in 2017 that and it like builds on it. I mean, recently we're in like the fever dream arc, so it's like there doesn't need to be a plot right now. But yeah, it's just like in the aesthetically, I just think it's just so like it so feels like high effort art, but also something that someone could achieve, you know?
Right.
It's really sad how much YouTube is lacking that creative edge, that spirit. That so many YouTube videos used to have so much spirit to them.
Yeah,
very high spirit.
That's so real. Like I've never felt like when I started posting consistently on YouTube, I feel like I really just was like, I don't care anymore about quality or anything. And I just started shooting out a Minecraft video every 2 days. And that's when my channel is doing the best. It was like, I was getting like almost 1K on every one of those videos, which is a lot for a channel with like 2K subs. So
here, pull up Saplow's channel.
Pull up my channel, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. What's that?
The fat man drinking water, maybe.
Batman drinking water,
fat man.
You know what? Put that back on the screen.
You're abusing.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah! Enhance.
No, you're abusing your Henry privilege.
Fat man drinking water.
Henry's for us.
Okay, yeah. I made a song about Toronto.
We can't listen to songs on the podcast.
No, it's fine.
Just go videos.
It's good video though.
I want to show you kind of. Okay. Yeah, nothing is special about Boogie 2988. Just fat.
I can explain that one.
So explain that one really quickly.
So everything you hate about Boogie 2988 can be summarized into he's just fat. He's just a fat guy. And he's just an unentertaining fat guy.
Right.
So without the fatness, he would just be like really unremarkable. Like
he would
no one
be
would
like an annoying skinny dude, but you wouldn't pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Okay, next video on the Saplow channel.
Yeah.
My story with Mr. Beast. Do you want to explain what happened with Mr. Beast?
I don't know if I can, man. It's like it's really traumatic for me. Like thinking about all those years, like pretty much like over a decade of just neglect. Absolutely no non-contact mode, man. Like I left a comment on his videos once and he didn't get back to me at all. Dude, I entered a giveaway one time and I didn't win.
A decade of neglect.
A decade of neglect, man. And I would think about that like every single day. And
monster.
I was like, I would just like, I'd be in my room alone and I'd think about that like at night and I'd be like, man, I just wish I could like, have won that giveaway or gotten like a heart comment from Mr. Beast.
Yeah. So to be clear, the traumatic incident was he didn't reach out to you.
I have no
when you were watching
I have
him.
no relationship with Mr. Beast, and it's fucking me up from the inside.
Okay, scroll down.
I love my
Scroll
Minecraft.
down. Scroll down more. O.J. Simpson isn't dead. Explain that one.
Like when I heard he died, I was just like, no.
You're like, nah, he's not
The
dead.
greatest basketball player of our generation? Absolutely not.
James Somerton,
The
good.
greatest basketball player of our generation.
He absolutely did not die. I don't believe it, man.
Yeah, in that video, you're like, you keep referring to him as being like a professional in different sports.
Yeah.
So it's like the greatest like badminton player.
He's also pretty good at badminton, but
okay, back to it.
did you know he made it into the nationals for Pong on the SNES?
Did he?
No.
Oh, okay, I could have believed that.
James Somerton, good ending.
James Somerton, good ending.
I also, but just the general pitch out here. He's in Toronto.
Oh, we get him on the podcast.
James, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
James,
Yeah.
stop posting ass and balls and get on our podcast.
James,
You can apologize here and people will forgive you.
James, if you apologize here, your career's back.
Yeah, it's so bad.
this is the place to do it.
You can get some really, really high quality counseling on what to do next.
And if you watch this podcast, you'll never kill yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast is so fucking goated. It's insane. I keep seeing like reactions to it, and we get posted on Twitter, but we get like 7K views an episode. But it's, everyone who watches it is important.
Yes, it's true.
It's great.
Half our audience is like famous people.
It's amazing.
Okay, so what's the James Somerton good ending?
Okay, so I was just thinking, what was it? It was he just didn't like, bitch out and apologize. Because it's like, if he just went like, either ignored it for like the rest and just kept posting video essays like nothing happened, he would be back. Because people would still want that slop, and it's like enough people would not give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah. And he could like keep his money, and he wouldn't have to go on a mental breakdown. Or he just openly go, I don't care. Like, fuck all of you guys.
I plagiarize.
I plagiarize. And what are you going to do about it? You're going to make your own video essays?
Yeah.
You're going to make your own videos ripping off books? None of you can read. So, and then just that's it. He's based forever. He's like the most epic thing you could ever say. And it just, in my eyes, it doesn't, redeem the fact that he's stealing like works of like other people's stuff, but it makes him not come off as such a like whiny little bitch who thought he could get away with it or something.
Yeah.
Like you can get away with it if you just go, yeah, this is what I did. And it worked, and none of you care, and I don't care, and I'm gonna keep making more, and you can't stop me.
James Somerton, a guy who sucked, but so does capitalism.
What the fuck is that? Click on that. What could that possibly be?
We're just
Who's
gonna
that guy
trigger
above him?
Rogan for the next 20 minutes.
Who's that guy above him?
James Somerton, a guy who sucked, but so does capitalism. Who the fuck calls an essay that?
Who reads an essay like that?
This post considers James Somerton someone whose greatest legacy is a penchant for total academic dishonesty.
All right, I'm done. I'm bored.
Writing my don't put writing my PhD. I hate when people fucking drop their like.
By the way, I'm writing my PhD.
Yeah, name drop their degree
That
in like
makes
the
me
beginning of all their work.
important.
Yeah, fuck off.
Actually, I think you're probably dumber if you have a
PhD?
No, I'm just kidding. PhDs.
I think
you guys are all right.
Anybody with a PhD want to come on the podcast?
I think
we had a PhD on the podcast.
I think you're dumber.
Yeah, it makes you dumber.
It depends. Depends what it's in. I'm gonna say like history related and like hard science is fine. Any other degree is like just makes you actively stupider.
More like poor handling of dogs. PhD.
What the fuck?
Okay, go back. Boogie 1488, the good ending.
That's I like that one.
You know what I'm talking about?
This one is good because I was thinking about Boogie because I was watching the Lolcow Live podcast for a while, and this is before he tattooed liar on his face. I also thought that was fake, but it turns out that's real, but it doesn't disprove my point. Because when you look like shit and you're fat like that, you can have a face tattoo. It's not going to change anything. He doesn't become less sexy because he has liar on his face.
He's gone from like a 1 to a 1.
He may have gone up actually because that's like a harsh aesthetic choice.
Right.
Just like being fat is. But this 1488 one was one of my favorite internet dramas is when Frank Hassel came to his house.
Yeah.
Boogie points a gun at him and then doesn't shoot him. And it's like after just a little, it's like I love when like internet beef gets put into like the real world, but there's still cameras around.
That was the most striking example of internet beef manifesting in reality.
And then Boogie gets charged.
And Boogie, because he shoots in a school zone and doesn't kill him, he shoots a warning shot.
He just can't stop losing.
I know, and I was just thinking, reimagining that moment where he just shot him, And he didn't. Maybe he didn't kill him, whatever. But he could kill him too. Doesn't really matter. Either way, he goes to jail, right? This fixes every problem everybody has with Boogie. You can't eat that much food in jail. What is he gonna do all day? He has no video games. He will just work out all day. You go to a jail, you know, in America especially, right? You have to go to a gang for protection or whatever, and they're not gonna let him into the Mexican gang. They're not gonna let him into like the black gang, I guess that's what you call it. He's going into the one with the neo-Nazis.
So he becomes a jacked neo-Nazi.
So he becomes a jacked neo-Nazi.
He becomes Boogie 14.
He gets a bunch of these tattoos, right? You know, he starts to look kind of gnarly like American History X guy.
Yeah.
He's jacked as fuck. But then it's also, think about this. He's not fat, which already fixes most of the problems. And he has strong opinions on things. He comes out of jail with an opinion on anything that cannot be swayed.
Right.
And a strong support group, a network of neo-Nazis. This is like, think about it. He comes out and it's like, he's got
to double down the right wing.
At the time, he was like single, right? A lot of people in prison, they become cool when they're in prison, and they can just get like a wife,
right,
in prison,
right? Because women like when you murder people.
No, it's like lots of look it up.
Like
lots of serial killers
yeah.
will have like they'll get married as soon as they leave jail with someone they've been like exchanging letters with.
I really want
that'll
a guy
happen.
that can kill me.
Yeah, that'll happen with
Shoot me
Boogie
in the head.
and Boogie, and he's got that street cred of he actually killed a guy, and he also killed Frank Hassel. It's like, no offense, but Frank Hassel is a bit of a dumb idiot, little stupid head.
Like he deserves to get shot at least.
That guy. He's called Frank Hassel because he hassles people.
Yeah, chaotic evil.
His whole content is it's not even funny. It's just not even that funny. It's a little funny. He goes to Walmart and he harasses some guy in Walmart until they kick him out.
Yeah.
And just he gets away with it because he's big and fat.
But the
he's tall.
The editing's so good.
It is sort of, but then I don't know. Yeah.
Actually, the Walmart one's disappointing. He goes to Walmart, then he has like the N-word loading meter. It's like loading N-word, and then it like reaches the full capacity. Then he says it, but he like whispers it when he says it.
Oh, why?
He doesn't like yell it. I'm like, oh, he's gonna like yell the N-word in Walmart, and he's like whispers it, and like the guy doesn't even hear him.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah. And it's like, because he's not being clever about it. That's what the biggest part. It's like, you can basically break the law. That's fine with me for content. As long as it's entertaining, like, and when it comes to actually like really borderline, like not even borderline, actual criminal like stuff like him, I want it to be like subversive in some way. Like it would be way more fun to watch if he was like clever about it. I think the best thing about Frank Hassel is his back tattoo. You look that up because that is a glorious. It's real. And he sells shirts of it. This is so fucking funny. Look, that's on his skin forever. That's just on his back. He takes his shirt off. That's what's there.
That's pretty awesome.
The red is also there too. Like it's like, and it's just like this is like feels subversive somehow.
How do you explain this to women?
You just can't. Dude. But it's like that is great. Like doing that is, I think that's hilarious.
How do you do that? Jesus Christ.
But like just the going in the Walmart and harassing like people who don't deserve it, it has to be really funny in my mind to really justify it. And I think there was a time when I remember laughing pretty hard at it. But overall, I think if he got shot, it's like he deserves. You know, like when you do stuff like that, you deserve to get what's coming to you. Right. You know, like, and I would not be sad even a little bit if he died. Like, no, I'm not kidding. I just would. It's like what did you think? He's doing this in America. Like he should have died a long time ago.
I mean, he clearly had he was prepared to die in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. He was that, and so it makes him so much more cool.
Yeah.
When it's like if Frank Hassel's literally willing to die for a bit, or is willing to put his life on the line for the conviction that Boogie would never do this, and he was right. It's like wow. But if Boogie did, it literally changes his life because he killed Frank Hassel. A lot of people don't like him. The people who like him were like, that's swag. To kill him is swag.
You heard it here first. Boogie should have killed Frank Hassel.
He should have.
And gone to jail, joined a neo-Nazi gang, gotten jacked.
Come out of there, immediately gotten a wife, whole supportive network of friends. He's not fat anymore, and he'll go back to making YouTube videos.
I could fix him.
Yeah.
300-day fast.
300, yeah. That
Angus Barberi.
2000.
Angus Barberi is a really fat guy who did the longest fastest on record. Which was like 400
You should do
days.
a 2,988 day fast.
Yeah.
1,000.
Look, there's the before
2000.
and after. That would be Boogie when I'm done with him. He'd look like me.
He went from like circular to angular.
Okay, so you've been at the studio for 6 months. You've been one of the core members.
Yes.
How's your experience been?
Oh, it's been great. It's been great. I feel like I get to be attached to the studio before it's like super big. Like I like being cited in these news articles.
Yeah.
Or like these, what is it, like Shutterstock ones, things I can send to my parents.
Shutterstock. It's Substack.
Substack. Okay. Well, look, I didn't realize that was like YouTube for books. Okay, but or articles or whatever until like recently. Like I didn't know people actually use that.
Got written about in a Shutterstock article.
yeah, something like that. And I like that they'll just go to like the linked Saplow name, and then it just Boogie is fat is like what will appear when you click.
Yeah,
on
like
because they're like waxing philosophical about how this is the cultural exchange or whatever about of Toronto. And
yeah,
it's
they're like
the
very nice articles about us.
It's
which
so
are, like,
good.
Talking about how we're like making like change and we're like relevant Canadian creators.
Yeah,
and we're like moving beyond community. Like we're moving beyond atomization and finding community within each other. And then you click on Saplow and it's Boogie's just fat.
Yeah, it's so funny. But it's also, I can send this to my parents and they're like, whoa.
Right, it gives you some legitimacy.
They're like, whoa. You know, like that one tweet Nikki did?
Yeah.
That, my mom was like, whoa, really?
Right.
Paris is 1920 Toronto.
Yeah, she's like,
or
whoa.
Toronto's 1920
That sounds like a big deal.
That was a very nice tweet. We appreciated that.
Yeah. That was a great,
Wait, which is
promo.
basically, she said that we are like, we are recreating the Peruvian cafe scene or something.
The Parisian
cafe scene in like Toronto.
Yeah.
We fucking are.
The CCRU, the Canadian CCRU, is single-handedly responsible for the revival of the Austrian intellectual cafe culture scene. That's nice.
And given what everyone knows about this lady is, she's just right.
Yeah.
She's just right, 100%.
We should do a sleepy episode.
A sleepy episode. We woke up very early to do this because Rowan is coming by. Look up Rowan, Roenn, who does rap battles with like Destiny and
Epic rap. Oh my god, I've seen that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, he's cool.
Roenn. YouTube.
Like Destiny rap battle or something?
Yeah, Ben Shapiro versus Destiny, the rap battle.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that guy's coming over today.
That's pretty hype.
Destiny and Vosh, the rock ballad, and he has his costumes pretty well. Like, it actually kind of looks like Vosh.
And
on the left.
that guy, when he did the Destiny one, I feel like it did sound like Destiny.
Yeah, no, he's got the Destiny voice down really well.
It's like we finally get our epic rap battles of history, but for YouTube people.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Brogan's sleepy because we made him wake up at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
Sleepy episode.
Sleepy episode.
We should do an episode in nightcaps and have little candles.
Yeah, we should drink like tea.
Yeah,
like herbal tea.
That would be amazing. That'd be a great episode.
Like cookies.
A little milk and cookie episode.
Milk and cookie episode.
Maybe that should be a live stream and everyone's encouraged to play along. Like they do it as well.
Oh yeah, like they go to bed, like go to sleep with us.
This is super parasocial.
Yeah, that's like. But if we really lean into it, I think it's fine.
Me and you should get like a fucking Ernie and Bert bedroom with like just two beds beside each other and like one lamp in the middle.
Okay.
And then we do a go to sleep with us stream.
That's okay. I'm down. Okay, we've had a lot of guests by the studio.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a lot of we have a lot of members. I want to get your takes on the guests we've had.
Okay. What was the first one? Because they're all the.
Your job is the court stenographer.
Okay, look.
You're supposed to record everything because so much shit happens in the studio. That we're like, oh my god, like this famous celebrity comes by, and then we all forget about it like 2 days later. Like I haven't thought about Matt Johnson in like months.
Oh my god, yeah, he came to the studio.
Yeah, we just forgot about
Dude,
that.
I came back from Victoria, I couldn't remember anything. I was here for a couple months, and then I went back to Victoria for a bit, and I could not remember almost anything that happened here. It was crazy.
Wait, go to HST Pod, and maybe we'll remember who we had by based off who we got on the podcast.
Okay, so
we had Noah Samson. Review Noah Samson.
I didn't get to meet him.
Oh right, you weren't here.
I wasn't here. That was the one I was like, I really wanted to meet Noah Samson.
Yeah, just go to HST Pod.
It's so funny too because I have never watched a Noah Samson video, but I really want to meet him.
Okay. The eco-fascist that we had. Claudia.
She was nice. She's the only guest to actually clean in a way that was not annoying as fuck.
Yes, because you've also been cleaning the
I've been doing the cleaning in the studio.
That's kind of your additional payment for getting rent for $500.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hegelian e-girls.
Oh. I don't want to be too mean to them because they were like nice. It's just like
they were nice. I like them a lot.
They were nice. But I cannot speak more on it.
Okay,
I'm gonna roast him too hard.
All right, next.
I wouldn't roast him too
Rory
hard.
Paints.
Just be mean. I love that guy. He's a beautiful man.
Yeah,
literally,
Rory's pretty good.
When he was here at the same time the Hegelian e-girls were, but he was my rock. He was my rock. I literally like talking to him was like a complete like you were like, oh,
they were talking about like Freud and Hegel.
There's a normal human being that can exist in this world again.
And he was just being a chill dude.
And he was just chilling, and
guy.
like we were hanging out, and it's like, and then he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna draw some Brogan and J-Reg and Gokanaru and Duncan gay porn. It's like, what a man. I love this guy. Like,
okay, back.
Look at that. That's literally the coolest thing
All
ever.
right. Josh Citarella, did you meet him?
I did. I like that guy. He seemed legit. He seemed cool. Not in my sphere of influence, so it was kind of just a guy to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like JJ was like, this guy's really cool. So I'm like, he must be cool because JJ likes him.
Yeah. The JJ endorsement's a great endorsement.
It's a pretty high level thing. Oh, Lois was the first person.
Dandy Demon.
Am I not allowed to say Lois?
Yeah, you can say
Okay.
Lois. Yeah.
I think that was like the first like person stood up, brought up to the put up in the studio.
Oh yeah, she was the first person we put up like officially, like our first.
She was
like
great. She was
guest. You get lodging, yada yada.
She was like great because she was just dropping all this LA lore and like all these people, and it was really cool. And it was fun hanging out with her.
Yeah.
And also she's funny, like really funny. Like
she is really funny.
So I'm pro Lois.
A lot of blurred photos on this.
Well, it's because it blurs on the right side.
Oh no, I mean like the actual like the.
Oh yeah, because of the porn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she's like in those OnlyFans LA circles, you know. But lovely lady.
Okay.
Nothing but W's from her. She's great.
Should we ask about Jane and CJ?
Yeah. Why? Are they also count as guests?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Jane, I had problems with her for a bit, like just because I was like that face.
You're like confused about what she's talking about.
I was just like,
and then you met the Hegelian e-girls.
Yeah, and then
and you're like,
I realized it's this, but it could be so much worse. It could be so much. I gained a full newfound appreciation for how Jane just doesn't need to feel the reason to like actually talk to me about her politics at all. So it's like, because I was just like, I didn't really get her whole thing, and then because I don't read like Substack articles or in general really, and then she would start like pulling out some like race IQ shit randomly, and I'm like, what? And I'm just what? And then she comes on the podcast, and I'm like, what? And then I'm like, wow, actually, no, I like this. This is fine. This is totally like this is great. Actually, she's great. Yeah.
That's a funny episode because when it came out, it got a lot of flack. But now every comment it gets is positive.
Yeah,
like it gets every new comment it receives is like.
This was one of the first girls we had on the podcast.
Oh yeah, they're apprehensive about women.
Yeah,
I think. Oh yeah, I think.
But all the women we've had since have been.
they've been asked levels above, and yeah. But it's like I don't know. Like Jane is a fine person. Like there's nothing. Like I just like it was literally just the like weird race IQ stuff that I was like, what the heck. What the heck? But I'm not on the level of books that I've read. I can't combat her at all. Also, she remembers everything. I can't remember like half of my train of thought most of the time.
Yeah, no,
so it's so hard to.
We all love Jane.
Yeah. To like say anything, but she's nice. She's nice because she'll just want to talk about astrology. And it's like that's cool.
It's also nice to have a straight up like right winger.
It is,
like, straight up like anarcho-capitalist.
It's just like why is like every one of them a right wing?
Yeah,
we have a lot of right wing. We actually only had right wing girls.
No. Lois was like
liberal. Yeah, she was like LA liberal kind
like
of
LA liberal vibes.
Yeah.
And we are going to have an interview with a feminist soon.
So that's the next epised.
When
you hear this, it will be a recent episode.
We've had a feminist woman on, so that's big for us.
Yeah.
Costanza.
Oh yeah, I like yeah. So because after the Hegelian e-girls, Claudia and Costanza, I heard they were coming, I was like, oh no.
Right.
More?
And they're from Europe? Associating women with like...
Yeah, but they're also from Europe. I'm like, they gotta be terrible. And they were all great. So I was like expecting to literally be like, and they were coming for like a month, right? So I was like, oh, this is gonna be the worst month ever. And then it was like, they were great. They were great.
This is gonna be the worst month ever. These European women are gonna stay in my fucking... in my bedroom for a month straight.
Yeah. It's like, I was like, literally like mini like, oh no. But they're all great. They were literally great.
Right.
Yeah, they're both great.
Oh, we also had CJ's helpers.
Yes.
They were cool too. I was also a little worried about that. Because I don't know like the kinds of people that like
Yeah, CJ put
CJ
two
would-
of their
I don't know, like
people up at the
CJ's
studio.
vetting process or whatever. Like, but they were great. Like,
They were
I
great.
thought they wouldn't be the vibe, but they were very much the vibe. Like, they were. I was showing them like weird ass music videos, and they were like totally fucking with it.
Cool.
Yeah, and CJ's cool too. I like CJ. I like CJ's videos a lot. Like, I really like CJ's videos.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any huge L's from your perspective?
Like, in what way?
Just in the studio wise, you're just like, that wasn't it. Like, that shouldn't have happened.
There's nothing where I'm like, that shouldn't have happened. I think the biggest L was waiting until the first group meeting, being like 5 months or whatever
Yeah.
into it.
It took us like
Not that we needed that.
so long.
Yeah, not
to
that we
get everyone together.
needed that full
All
group
8 of us.
meeting exactly, but it was just that the studio did not become a productive workplace until after that happened. So for me at least, I was like, every time there's a guest, it's like I can't do anything until the guest is gone. But now it's like we have like a system in place that people are actually expected to not talk or not come over or whatever, and then
Until
you can
after
get things
5.
now. Yeah, until after 5. And you
Yeah,
can
we
get things
had
done.
we had our first all hands on deck studio meeting recently. We haven't talked about that. That was good.
It was about trying to get the roof.
Yeah, we were trying to get the roof of our building,
Turns out that's not going to happen.
but it's not going to happen. They said it would cost $1,000, but it actually
Hold
cost
up.
$2,000.
Someone watching this podcast has $3,000. It costs $4,000. Someone on the podcast just send it.
Actively looking for benefactors all the time.
Well, we are actually. I don't know if a Patreon will be up by the time we launch this, but you can join this podcast. We'll have you on if you pay us $1,000.
Oh, yeah, Brogan sets up the Patreon and then gets his PayPal and both your Patreon accounts shut down. Did you get this solved?
I haven't got the horseshoe theory one solved yet, but
Okay.
everything else is back
Okay.
up.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's such an L. That's so annoying. That's 2 seconds. You get just fucked.
Yeah, fuck for the
happened
whole
when-
weekend.
That happened when I made my PayPal as well. I made my PayPal. I turned 18. I'm like, finally, I can do this all the proper way without like. And no one I know has a PayPal they made like after they were 18. It was
Okay.
always before.
So you're
got
working.
shut down.
You're working on an animation with your cousins
I am. Yes.
about
yes.
confinement. Do you want to explain the
Oh.
story of confinement for those? who
Oh
aren't,
yeah, okay. So Confinement is one of I'd say the most peak YouTube series, just for like YouTube standards. It's like storytelling wise, I think it's one of the best, and it runs off the SCP lore, which is like this website where people have short stories, but they have to be formatted as a like report about an anomalous thing, which is just some weird thing, like a pot of coffee that never runs out of coffee, or some scary monster that they have contained in a facility. That's kind of the thing, and just like it's
just play one of these randomly on
Yeah.
silent.
it's all what do you call it? It's all free to use. It's copyright free because it's just like everyone just makes them, and there's like a cool lore. I don't know. This series is like the peak assimilation of that, because
Yeah.
you could tell that people knew it, cared a lot. They
High
knew-
quality, like
they-
good storytelling.
good animation, good writing, good voice acting, and good references to everything. Good utilization.
Yeah,
of
I was
the
big. I
SCP
was a big fan
universe.
of this. I remember when he, the Lord Bung guy, he like broke his hand or something, and then he was like really delayed. I remember leaving like a comment actually like 5 years ago or something,
Oh.
being like, I was like, I think I was complaining about it. I was like, no, I want this. I want the next episode. Give me the next episode. And I felt bad about it after, because he made a video where he's like, I'm gonna make the episode, guys. I'm
Did
sorry.
another episode come out?
No, I don't think so.
This is the guy, he quit, right? Now he makes porn.
You just ruined the buildup of the
He's
story.
building it up. He's building this up.
Sorry.
Well,
But yeah, it always ends in porn.
It always ends in porn. It always ends in
And it always ends on your mind being taken over by the
Okay, yeah.
porn mind virus.
I think the thing is, there are signs. It's when you watch it now, there's signs of what's to come. But
Huh.
the whole series goes by. You wait a while, then episode 7 and part 1 and 2 come out, and it's like, this is great. The Infinite IKEA is like one of the most iconic stories. And then you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and like 2 to 4 years go by, and you just don't get episode 8. And it's like something like, was it like 900, 400,000, over $100,000 of Patreon money over 4 years. Definitely more. Definitely like a livable wage is
Yeah,
being paid,
how much were they making
like
on Patreon?
$2K a month, $3K.
Oh, that's not that much considering
I don't know. I
how
haven't
high
checked.
quality this is. It was probably more.
It was may have been more, or maybe because of the years it dwindled or something.
yeah, I
but
think at its peak it was like 10K.
it all comes back to YouTube drama, because Lord Bung, the person who made this, used to be commentary affiliated, and would have make animated stuff with their commentary people,
Yeah.
as voice acting, all that. And then their partner is someone who accused Orion of, and I'm gonna start coining this phrase, with Big R.
Big
All right.
R-ing them.
I want that to catch on. Big R. All right, please force this. I want people to refer to anything that in algo speak with just big and then the letter.
Big R.
Big R.
Big R.
Big R.
So big R-ing them.
Yeah, big R-ing them. And
You don't like SA?
no, oh, that's not bad. But it's like big R sounds so much more. It's just goofy, man.
Big R.
It's. I mean, like you gotta say, you know, like
accused of hard R-ing them.
I don't know. It's just big R. It's like more emphasis. You have to pause and really think. What does big R mean?
Okay. So Orion, who's another YouTuber, I'm assuming?
Orion, no, just some rando. That was a new quite accused him of big R.
Okay.
And then was wrong because lied about everything. But they were, you know, Lord Bung's partner, and Lord Bung came out against it. And then I guess the realization that Orion has been lying to him, them about for like literally like 4 or 5, probably their entire relationship.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like Orion probably ranted about this constantly. Probably a big like mental like
Right.
just crumbling.
So that caused mental, but also,
But that was-
were they kind of running out of steam before that?
Let's
as well?
be honest, yeah, I don't think it was ever going to come out because it's like what got released. The only stuff that got released was this actually cool preview of things that were going to happen in this episode, and then just 4.5 minutes of
softcore
softcore gay porn.
Yeah.
And and it was.
Imagine you're waiting.
yeah.
You're waiting for the next episode of a YouTube web series. You wait years.
Yeah.
Years.
I was so excited for the next thing. I was like, then I forgot about it, and then I came back and I was like, oh, it's still whatever. I'm glad it's still like maybe he's still getting money and still
Right.
being worked on. That comes out. It's just like
Softcore porn.
softcore porn.
Yeah. So the premise is actually I don't even want to explain it, but
It's not that bad actually. Here's the thing. It's atrocious to see that. And the idea is they were going to do it like that Zootopia if it was an anime where they had that whole like scene where they're all naked, but it was like look that up. Zootopia if it was an anime. They were going to do that scene for this. So it was going to be censored and then an uncensored version for Patreon.
No.
And it's a comedic subplot
right.
of the main episode, which was probably going to be like over an hour long.
So basically, you know,
So it made sense in context to an extent, just because that's the only thing that got animated that we saw. That's what makes it fucked up.
right. So Lord Bung basically was just like a normal animator at some
Yeah.
point, but was so terminally online that eventually
At some point,
started putting more and more of their fetishes into the art.
Well, the thing is actually when I look back, that's been there pretty much since the beginning. Like,
okay, so they were always
the
putting
main
their fetishes into the
character-
art, but it wasn't.
it was not as
noticeable until-
overt, and they were making peak the whole time, so it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
every girl in the show falls in love with Connor, the main character. The main
Mm.
character is Bung's like self-insert.
Self-insert. Yeah.
And there's even a point where they bring in weed into the show,
Huh.
which is like there's just the things that Lord Bung likes. And yeah, so that comes out, and it's like, oh man.
And
That sucks.
Connor, the main character, was supposed to come out as trans, right?
But yeah, so then they leak episode 8 and 9. So they had the scripts for those, and those going over it's good. It's good. It would have been good. It kind of comes out of nowhere, but they do it, in my opinion. Connor being trans, literally Bung is trans, so it's like makes sense. If self-insert character, also they do foreshadow it a little bit,
right.
and there was some weird demonic stuff going on. So it was like they were gonna like hint at some sort of awakening like that, and it looked cool. Like the animation that I've seen that's not porn is good.
Yeah.
And the subplots are cool. It looks like really interesting.
Yeah. This is something I'm always self-conscious about stories like this, because like I wonder as an artist, like do I only have like 4 years of like making good stuff in me before I go insane?
As long as I think you don't start smoking weed, I think you're gonna.
Yeah,
be
well,
fine.
that's the problem. You can this is your theory. You can have weed or internet, but you can't have
you could
both.
have one at a time. You know, because there's like people who do like roofing. They'll smoke weed. They'll do roofing.
Yeah.
It's like that's fine. They'll do it at the same time. You could cross real life with weed is fine. It's the internet or Netflix or TV with weed that doesn't work.
Mm.
It'd be outside.
Weed plus virtual.
Yeah.
You're a sleepy guy today.
I'm so fucking sleepy.
You're a sleepy man.
Yeah, it's a terrifying thought as an artist. Is like, what if I never cook again?
Mm.
What if I've already made my best thing?
What if I've cooked all that I'll cook?
You just can't think about it.
Yeah, you can. It'll happen at like 35 though.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can keep making like pretty good for like till you die.
But like it's just like this is why if you're gonna start a web series, you need to finish it in 2 years. Like 5 years, it's just too long. You're gonna be a different person in 5 years.
You need to do what Meat Canyon did, and you need a team.
Yeah, a
You
team
can-
helps
you
too.
cannot do it
Lord
with
Bung was
2
doing
people.
all of this by themselves, which is insane. Like,
and
that's
Orion
such
was
a-
helping.
Okay, it's such a high. Oh, Orion was helping.
Two
okay.
people, so it was
But
2 people.
It's such like a high level of
and
production
another writer.
value.
It's like you need like a team.
And
of
they
10
could have
animators.
afforded
Yes.
Like if they
could've
just scaled,
up.
sold some merch, like they could have been so rich and like successful
scaling,
and like had like a widely beloved series.
When you get a Patreon, scale the number of people you work with. This is my number one
Yeah, like you're not just getting money to buy weed. Like you should do stuff with the money.
But also, if you're with people, try and make it in real life too. Because it's like, I think Orion was in person. That's got to have helped. They were helping before.
Yeah.
Try and make an in-person thing. When you start getting that money, really reinvest it into your art, but also into getting people to help you make it. Because if you just hoard it or just sit on it, you start to get lazy, and and that's where it's like Patreon's a little bit of like a trap.
What do you think about H. Palmer guy making $100,000 in Patreon, and his sets get like progressively worse?
$400,000 or something, or no, it was 9 months. Yeah, he made a shit ton of money before he dropped his newest video or whatever. I think
36,000. What do you get here? What do you get on the?
I think he posts like once a year.
Yeah, but if he has like a monthly video, because ContraPoints has a monthly video, I realize ContraPoints is worth it because the video is actually like sort of written out.
It's a good ContraPoints has like a good Patreon model.
That's literally like she's not falling off because she makes an hour-long video a month. You get so much backlog catalog. You could just pay for 1 month. You go through it all. It'd be great.
And she's winning in terms of members.
Yeah.
41,000 members.
Yeah, and I don't know if H. Bomber guy has something similar, then it's worth it. If not, he is like underutilizing the money he has.
This is a really good point CJ makes. Is like all these bread tubers with all this money. Like you have money you should do stuff with money. Like money is to be. You don't just hoard it. Like what? Like you're an artist.
Agree,
yeah, reinvest.
You're an artist. Just if I got a bunch of money, I would be doing cool shit with the money.
That's me too.
With what money I do have, I'm doing cool shit with it. Like,
yeah. I agree 100%. It's like you got to reinvest in like building a team though, because it's like these YouTubers, they want to work alone or like with someone online, 1 or 2 people. You got to really form a community in person is actually really important. And like it helps just being in person and having a team, at least a system to finish videos. Like that's why someone like Meat Canyon is just taking over. He's like 4 channels or like 2 channels, 2 podcasts. It's like you need efficiency, organization. Like
I have beef with Meat Canyon.
You really? What's wrong with him?
He made fun of the Costco guys.
You like the Costco guys?
I love the Costco guys. It's a beautiful father and son duo. They're having fun. That's American values.
He's gone too far this time.
It's so sad the amount of flack the Costco guys get. Like those are nice people. Like Big Justice and AJ, like father and son, they love each other very much. They just film little skits together. And you're like, this is weird.
It's fine.
It's like, it's not weird at all. Look at them.
Meat Canyon canonizes them as part of internet history.
They're awesome. They're fucking awesome. They're so good. Look, he's got a double chunk chocolate cookie and a chicken bake.
Yeah, I know, but they're so fat and American.
Yeah.
No, he's jacked. AJ's jacked.
Okay,
the
but
dad,
the kid is fat.
What do you always say? Fat people are like Olympic, like eaters?
They are. It is not easy to be fat.
Yeah.
It is not.
You have to really try.
You have to be regimented and scheduled.
I disagree with that.
Brogan thinks he's fat.
Brogan, you're like normal.
Brogan's not fat.
On a bad day, you're normal.
On a bad day, I'm normal. No, it's pretty easy to gain weight.
That's pretty hard for me to gain weight.
I have to I have an entirely different experience. I have to actively try to.
I have to actively try to gain weight.
If I'm not actively putting I have my energy into losing weight again.
If I'm not eating every day until I'm stuffed and want to throw up, I'm not gaining weight.
I wish. No, it's like
you gotta give me some of that.
I think about food the wrong way.
You gotta do a liposuction, and I gotta go.
No, you don't. No, that's not allowed to happen. You eat too many.
Cannibalize Brogan.
You eat too many weird things. That's one step too far.
What, human fat?
Yeah, just pure lard, please.
You get to liposuction, and then the tube just goes directly into my mouth.
You want my fat?
I can finally consume Brogan and have him become a part of me.
You want my fat cells?
That's when I met you outside that Dollarama 3 years ago. I was thinking I'm gonna eat this guy.
Dude,
I'm gonna like nurture it first, but then I'm gonna eat it.
You're fattening up your boy. I don't want to get hardboard. Can you soft for me? Where I just live inside you?
I don't have a big enough jaw yet.
I can't just live inside your belly.
How are you doing, Saplow?
Imagine me living inside Greg's belly, and then there's like a skull beside me.
I can't stop imagining.
There's like
I want to stop.
no, but like
I really don't want to.
It shows like the X-ray vision, and Greg's like smiling, touching his belly.
And
then I'm inside like this, and there's like skulls beside me in a pool of green goo.
I feel ill. I actually do. I feel really bad.
What advice would you give to young people, minors, who are editors, who are people who want to get involved with the YouTube scene, the YouTube community? What should they do if they want to have the success that you've had in terms of like getting their senpai to notice them?
Genuinely didn't think it would work. I didn't. That's why I didn't do it for him to notice me exactly. I just didn't think. I didn't think that was a thing that ever actually works. You know. But just make fan edits of their stuff. If they're not that big, they'll see it. But also, don't talk to them if you're under 18. That's my advice.
Yeah.
If you're young, just do the fan edits. Don't track. You edit, like, just practice. You know, if you want to be useful, I guess that's the real one. It's like the reason I got hired is because I was able to edit well. Not necessarily on those clips. Those were like decent. Like I showed Gokanaru my like actual main channel stuff, and he was like mentioned about like, man, if I was really thinking about it, I'd hire you. And I was like, just do it, dude. Just make some good stuff. Really, like a lot of young people these days that are really good with the computer. Just get really. I use Windows. Don't use Windows Movie Maker. Here's if you want to get into editing, use DaVinci Resolve from the get go.
It's free.
It's free, and you will learn so much. There's like a skill ceiling to it. There's no skill ceiling or whatever. It's like I used Windows Movie Maker for like 3 years, 4 or 5 years, maybe even. And I never learned anything. For the entire time was wasted. Like I didn't get better at editing at all because you can't do anything in that program.
Yeah, I mean that's good mentee advice. Like if you're looking for a mentor, make yourself useful to the mentor, and then they will like if someone was like going out of their way and investing a lot of time and doing something that was genuinely helpful for me, of course I would take them on board and I'd take them under my wing and I'd mentor them and I'd
work for Greg. That's my advice. You could do that very easily. He'll hire you. He needs editors. He needs someone to put extra effort into editing his videos.
It's true. My videos are not edited well.
You need someone to work on your video for an entire week.
Yeah.
And you just make them every 3 days and have a different, like 5 different
That
people.
sounds nice. Henry's going to start doing that for me.
Alrighty. There you go. Henry levels up.
Henry's editing's gotten really good.
Let's do it.
Since we've hired him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learn a lot fast with editing.
Yeah. And it's like, that's one thing being like working with Gokanaru has done. He's taught me so many good tips about editing. Like I feel like I've gotten infinitely better, like doubled my like how good I've been done since he started giving me like feedback for edits for his videos.
A mentor is just a fast track to succeeding at whatever,
Actually, here's something. Music. Use the YouTube music. Sync your edits to music. Whatever you're doing, always have some music in the background. It helps with editing so much and makes things so smooth and flows. Just get the right song. It's so important. It's so important. This is really good. It's my recommendation. Music is everything. Not even like sound effects, music specifically. You can make a video seem so much more put together, just good music.
I second that.
And you can find good music on YouTube,
audio library
thing for nothing. Or you can use copyrighted music. Like this is one Minecraft YouTuber, Z-Man. Shout out Z-Man. He just uses like copyrighted Kanye West music. And so he doesn't make any AdSense money, but he blew up doing that. And it's like he still doesn't, and he's got that like artistic flair that all the other Minecraft YouTubers kind of don't have. Where he's like, this is some banger music. Here's some great sound. Here's some like cool visuals. I've got some like and then it's all to a soundtrack. It's good. So it's like totally just do that. That's like great. And copyright is like not really even that big of a thing when you're like 16 on YouTube, especially. You're not losing money doing that.
Right.
It's only W's. So just use copyrighted music.
Bro, you're just staring off into space, being sleepy.
Yeah. Just forget about me.
Forget about you?
Just forget about me. I'm on like 3%, dude.
3%.
Like I have no zingers.
You want another Zonic?
I can't even yell.
You want another Zonic?
Fuck God.
Want some more nicotine, buddy?
No,
Are you still fasting?
No.
Oh right, yeah. I'm still fasted.
I ate some pork sausages.
No, that's nice. I'm gonna feast today.
Oh, you?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a lot.
Oh.
I gotta
Kicking you in the head.
Why?
I don't know. I had the impulse to do so.
He's just giving away free feed pics.
bro.
Somebody jerk off to those right now.
Someone jerk off my feed right now.
I was telling him he should not be posting that for free.
Yeah.
Never post feed for free.
Mhm. Oh, can I circle back to the animation thing?
Yeah.
Because I didn't get to say, like, I just explained what Lord Bung's show is.
Okay, yeah. But you're
I need to plug
doing
this.
a continuation of Lord Bung's work.
So I decided to make episode 7.5, which just the whole point of it is just a 2-minute proof of concept that makes the 4 minutes of porn not canon anymore. And that's all it is. It's like it just retcons it as a dream. And that's like, and then the rest of the story will continue. Probably like if I were to do more, it would be based off the script that we got, and we just kind of follow those beats. But the entire gay porn subplot is not real. It's not that.
That's good.
Yeah, and it was just like because I need to salvage my favorite show, and this is like the best way I think I could do it. So that'll be out some point.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
And it's like a multi-animation
yeah,
project.
It's got 4 different animators. Koi Key, shout out Koi Key. Check out his stuff on Ironically. That guy's great. Not that. Why would I shout out someone ironically? Koi Key is great. He's one of the best YouTube animators. He came by the studio, A+ guest. He didn't get to meet any of you guys sadly.
No,
he was only here for a day.
He was here for like 3 hours.
He was here for like 8.
8, but
But
it was
you
at
guys were at a
night.
concert. Yeah, he got here at like 12. And then we went for a walk, and you guys weren't here, so.
Yeah.
But you got to meet Gokanaru. Great dude. He did all the coloring work, and then there's Darken on YouTube, Darken the Sky. He did the best parts of the animation, in my opinion, and then some nerd did some of the second best part of the animation, and then Saplow, did the worst part of the animation. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this Confinement continuation.
Can you pull up Saplow's Twitter? I really like looking at your drawings.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I had this idea where I was like, I want to draw anime girls, but they're on different drugs. And the first one was like Gojo Satoru from Jujutsu Kaisen smoking crack.
I saw that.
I think I may have peaked with the first one, honestly, but
Twitter's so broke.
Ray doing heroin was pretty good.
yeah, Rei Ayanami on Smack.
No, that's the wrong one.
No, it's linked in my newest YouTube video, I think. But description. It's not Saplow, it's Smufja. SMUF.
No one's gonna look this up.
No, I know, but he's looking it up,
Oh,
right? It should be somewhere right
Twitter.
there. Yeah, there it is. Smufja.
All right, yeah,
It's
media.
not Saplow because someone took it, and
Oh, did you just sign in
that's
to
so
see it?
cringe. That's so cringe. What about nah? Okay, it is what it is.
You can log into my account as well if you want. But.
Yeah, I did that. I just really wanted to make like anime characters smoking crack. And for a while I was doing just a drawing every once in a while in Windows Paint of an anime character or some character from fiction that I liked. Just because I like those like impressive Windows Paint. Like if you make something in Windows Paint, it's 10 times more impressive than something that's
Yeah,
not.
the media is interesting.
And all the memes that blow up are made in Windows Paint.
Yeah. I go to ChatGPT and I say in the style of Windows Paint, and then I just copy paste it into Windows Paint. You drew Oki?
I drew Oki, yeah, because we did a little live stream interview playing Minecraft together. I taught him Minecraft for an hour and a bit. If you just go to my tweets, I don't tweet anything except the things, but the captions are kind of nice.
We should do a Minecraft stream before you leave.
Oh yeah,
on your
I'm
channel.
done. Yeah. So besides with the retweets, it's like that, and then it's like only pictures from here on. So that's Oki. I was experimenting with different drawing. I was doing a lot of different drawings actually. I was trying to do one every day. This is actually a picture of Minecraft. It's a screenshot that I drew.
Okay, keep scrolling. Let's find the anime girls doing drugs.
Yeah, it's kind of low down because I was
Scroll.
You were in a dark place.
Scroll.
Yeah.
You were in a dark place. And you made these.
Yeah.
Oh, that's us. There's
Yeah,
us again.
I was extreme. Yeah, these
Scroll.
are great.
Scroll. Oh, wait,
James Somerton. That's just a random woman I was practicing.
Scroll. OJ Simpson, Boogie 1488. Scroll. Smiling.
I was proud of that. Smiling Friends one. I cooked with this.
That's
I think.
pretty good. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Scroll.
It's based
Scroll,
on
scroll,
Fallen Angels, the poster for Fallen Angels. Not that one. Keep going down.
Okay, scroll. I just want to see you're doing crack. Scroll,
Yeah, keep doing it.
Scroll.
That's a self-portrait.
We probably should have just gone media, Ian.
No, it's better with the captions. Almost there. No, I definitely. There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
So this is what Ray in a crack den.
No, that's her actual room in the show. It's based off an actual picture.
Oh, okay.
It just looks fucked. She just lives in a crack den.
Huh.
I love Ray's bedroom.
Yeah, I just use reference photos of her room. It's like fucked up.
Wait, I want to see them doing crack.
Yeah.
Keep going.
and
Such a good drawing.
there's Gojo smoking crack. Yeah,
so good.
It's actually a picture of someone using it, smoking it. Like there's a very iconic. The background is from the picture that I'm like sort of copying, and it's some guy with a beer can. And he's like,
yeah, I saw that.
it's like a beer bong or something. But I think it was better if just Gojo smokes crack because he looks like he's like on some super stimulant, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like only stimulants make your eyes blue and your hair white, especially when you're Asian.
Is that all, or do you have more?
I don't have any more. Yeah. Oh, I had one actually that I did that's a snake with hands, by the way.
I like that. That's sweet.
Yeah. The rest of them is just like more like anime stuff. Yeah, I have one more, but it's a physical painting I did for my friend, and it was Ada Bong, which is Ada Wong from Resident Evil series, but she's smoking a bong. Hitting a bong. Ada Bong, yeah. But I haven't posted that on here. I posted on I think Instagram.
So what are your career goals as someone who's not gone to college?
Yeah, all in the arts, I guess.
Huh.
I want to set up an animation studio. So that's what the Lord Bong animation is. It's going to be at the end. Since it's only 2 minutes, I'm gonna tack on a documentary of making it, and also a mini promo for like a Patreon or something, and try and make an actual studio. And like I just realized there's a lot of people want to work and just don't really feel confident enough to work to like or don't have a good enough like artistic repertoire to get into a studio or something,
right?
Or they don't really want to make things for themselves exactly. Like they want to work on they want to work on a project with other people, whatever. So I was like, what if I just make like one where it's like, here are all of the things, no standards, anyone can do these. You can have a computer mouse, but you get paid like $5 to do one shot. So it's like you're not making money, but you have like a cool like we call it backlog, whether you can like stuff that you've done, proof of work or whatever, and that you've worked with people.
Yeah.
And like people like, especially with something like Confinement, people want to work on that. Like,
yeah, I definitely think you could pull that off.
yeah,
It's a
and
good
then
goal.
obviously scale it up and eventually pay people like actually like what they
What they're
deserve.
worth, yeah.
But for
when
the
you're-
meantime, when I'm not making money,
Yeah,
and
well,
no one's making
Yeah,
money.
exactly. Yeah, but like if you can like
But-
convince people to get on board with your project,
It's like
then-
technically paid work. You get like $1, $5, something. It's pay. You can say you're a professional. You were
right
paid.
because you were paid $1.
And it was in a work that if it got views is actually worth citing, you know? And you get to practice lots of things and there's no
Sure.
standards. I'm not going to care that much.
Sure.
Yada, yada, yada. I'm totally fine with mid.
Yeah.
I want completed projects. That's all.
Yeah, that's a good goal. Okay, Brogan, swap places with me.
Why?
Is there any water that I can have? I've burnt through my voice.
I'm sleepy now. Brogan, you take over.
EP.
Oh, come on.
Okay, well, this is now just the Saplow podcast alone.
Is this what it feels like to be Greg?
Really getting into it there, settling into his like skin.
I'm Greg Guevara.
Thank you.
Saplow, rant about something, anything.
Okay, what has happened recently that's worth talking about?
Trump is getting 200 of Trump's former staff members formally endorsed Kamala Harris in protest of Trump being the Republican candidate.
Wait, so they're literally going against him?
Yeah, they abandoned ship. Well,
He ran out of money.
They abandoned ship over the last like 8 years.
He ran out of money.
200 Trump staffers left because he's a bad president.
He's a bad man.
Okay, hold up. I was actually talking about this with my friends. We were thinking that Trump really fell off.
Trump
He fell off because you know what he called Kamala Harris laughing Kamala.
Yeah, it's
But instead of crooked Hillary, he got
Kamala.
laughing Kamala. There's been a degeneration.
laughing Kamala. Everyone knows she's laughing all the time.
Yeah,
All she does is laugh.
She finds joy in life and laughs.
isn't that that's the kind of like it's like Trump in 2016 is actually, you know what? If I was like now thinking about it, he deserved to get in. Like that guy was so funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny. He was so like charismatic, and you could tell because he didn't give that much of a fuck.
No.
When he was just fucking around, and he got in, right? And it was like now once he was in, I think he started huffing his own farts too much, and he cares way too much now. But like when he was rising, it was just super funny, and I think Trump knew that. He was just like zingers. He's like, I'm not. The stakes were not high for Trump himself, so he got to be like this sort of
There's a lesson
third-party
here
guy.
of like if you are too emotional, if you want something too badly, it starts coming across bad.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, wait. For some reason, he got into his brain that he's like, I have to be the king of America forever, and then until I die. And, and it's like I get he's getting really old. Like that has to be part of it.
78.
But he's lost his wit to the extent where he's not as funny as he used to.
It's less jovial and more serious.
Yeah, because it's like it's because Trump is actually trying really hard. He didn't want to leave the presidency, right? But it was like up until getting it, he was just running because like fucking why not, you know? And it was just like, oh wow, you're crooked Hillary. Look at your emails. Like why not? You know, it's and then he gets in, and then it's like I don't know. I guess he was just like, I guess I can really just take so many golf days. I could just do this forever. You know?
I know he really just wants to be president for the sake of being president.
Yeah, he's because he could just pivot, go back. 1 year goes and has the most successful reality TV show ever. He just goes back to doing that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Literally goaded with the sauce. Instead, he wants to like he keeps trying to go back in. It's like I don't think he's gonna get back in.
No, Kamala's too. She's got a contagious laugh.
Yeah.
Come on, Kamala. Laughing Kamala.
I guess someone who's young, 60, is really all you needed to just topple like old guys. Because when it comes to it, it's like he's going against all these old people, right? And then Trump going against these old people, he has that like that spunk or whatever that they don't have.
I like how 78 is young.
Yeah, well,
I'm only 78. 78 is young.
well, he's not young. No, it's just that he's still like was able mentally intact to just be like, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
He was
blah,
still
you know?
relatively young compared to Biden. Like,
Yeah, and then you just put
Vibes-wise.
someone who's younger than him, and it's over, you know. And you know what's great? This is a Nick Mullen bit, so I'm sort of stealing it, but I do believe it kind of. We get Kamala Harrison. We don't need to have a white woman president ever. Think about that. We can just skip. We don't have to celebrate if it happens because we've got a black woman president, which is so much more important.
That's actually kind of sick.
massive white woman L.
Yeah, it's like then we can't go the next when a white woman.
you.
We can just ignore the white woman or never have
We're
one.
like, okay, we'll do black man,
Mhm.
but we won't do white woman, but we will do black woman. What does
Yeah.
that say?
That says that we don't need to have a white woman ever now.
That's so sick. Actually, I'd
We
never
can-
thought about that.
After this, we don't have to have a woman in the presidency ever again.
No, we just got it out of our system.
we got it all because it's like we done. Now you can't say it never happened.
right.
I'd take like
Yeah, but no, I'm just kidding about the no woman. But it's like it is. We don't have to celebrate if a white woman ever does get into presidency.
I don't want.
That's important.
I don't want a white woman president. I want every other.
Every other. Okay, you know what? We could go. There's enough.
I'll take a Karen president.
I don't want a Karen president.
That would
She'd be like, I'm gonna see Russia's manager.
I don't. The Pokemon go to the polls. You seen that clip?
You didn't like that?
I didn't like that. That echoes in my fucking
Brian,
head.
here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What if
Wait, how old were you in 2016?
I was?
He was a squirt.
Was I 11?
He was a wee lad.
I wasn't 11, was
You're
I?
knee high to a grasshopper, buck 20 soaking wet.
No, wait. 2000. No. I was 13,
Wow.
and I had opinions on Trump. He was a bad guy.
Oh wow.
He was so bad.
13.
Trump was bad.
Damn, I was 9. I was.
And then you realized he was funny.
Then I realized he was funny. I was like, he's funny, but he's bad, guys. We can't be endorsing this. He shouldn't win or whatever. And then it's like, now I'm thinking, like, what's the harm?
Yeah.
He's also like not a Republican anymore either. He's totally like he wants to take over the Fed. That's not very Republican.
Well,
that's not very like
he's not traditional, but like the Republic, he is Republican.
He's Republican, yeah, but he's not like literally
Like, he is-
conservative anymore.
No, but he has defined the Republican
Bro,
Party. Like he is the Republican Party.
What kind of a white woman president would you make you go, I'm on board with this?
Oh, trailer trash.
Trailer
Okay.
trash?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fucking
okay.
easily. Oh yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah. Okay, I
Cookie
see.
Monster pajama pants in the White House.
Mm.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Okay.
She could just rule forever.
Yeah. So
Dude.
basically, and she has to be hot too.
And she also does she?
No, pretty hot, 4-day hair,
high mid.
high mid, 4-day hair, thick, Cookie Monster pajama pants.
Oh
Dude,
man.
Wait,
I would.
She gets into like fights in the alleyway outside the White House for
Yeah.
no reason.
That's unlocked a new like type of woman I would be monogamous with.
Oh man.
Dude, popper queens.
Yeah. Well, as long as they were president,
As long as
I'd be the first gentleman to that woman.
okay.
Oh, that'd be
The first gentleman.
Yeah.
That's never happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if Kamala wins, we'll have the first gentleman.
She's not married to a woman.
No, she's married to a man, unfortunately.
We need like a little bit more. She used to
She gives me like lesbian vibes.
Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Something interesting about the Trump campaign, like the administration right now, is that their transition team is full of people who are like all over. Like they have RFK, they have Tulsi Gabbard, like RFK, environmentalist.
Like Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard's in the transition team.
Why?
I don't know.
She's a libertarian.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trump wants to take over the.
what's a
Trump wants to take over the
transition
Fed.
But like, this is so non-ideological at this point. It's literally just like, who are the Trump sycophants, and these are the people. So it's like, I just imagine like them all in like a room together, and then like, okay, you know, like because like Trump is literally just about like I'm consolidating power for Trump. Vance is like an ideologue. He's like actually like dark web Peter Thiel. Like he's the ideology guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, we need to crack down. We need to like get our birth rates up. And then RFK is just like, hey guys, check out this dead bear I found. And then Tulsi Gabbard's like, no more wars, right? And then Trump's like, war in Israel though. And JD Vance is like, check out how many women there are and how many children they should have. You know, so that's it's just like they're all over the place.
The Republican Party has become such. I don't mean a joke in like their policy. I just mean a joke is like the actual what they are is
right.
I don't know how anyone could support them seriously who has any education in like what is actually going on.
Well, I mean,
RFK Jr. sounds cool though.
RFK Jr. always sounds like a fucking.
He just has
dude.
he has a horrible sound. His voice is fucked.
No, I like that too. Like I might have voted for RFK if I was American. But anyway, we're doing this Canadian yapping about American politics.
That's
JJ
because but it's because JJ Canadian politics is boring.
yeah.
You could fix this though. I think you could fix
We
it.
don't have any characters half as interesting as RFK in Canada.
Pierre Poilievre ate that apple.
That's all we have.
That was pretty.
He ate an apple.
That was a pretty big deal. If he ate an apple.
I didn't hear about it, so it was not that big a deal.
Pierre Poilievre ate an apple during an interview where they're like asking him loaded questions. He's like, "What do you mean?" And he's like eating an apple the whole time. It was like a viral clip. That's all we have. That's the only thing we've had for like our last election cycle.
So insanely mid. I hate our politics, but actually it's a good thing because it means that only like dry, boring people get to make all the important decisions.
Yeah, that's great. I love dry, boring people.
Yeah, they're the best.
I want my politicians boring and my companies amoral.
Mhm.
That's a proper West right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, seriously, it is. Like, what is it? Something about the American system. It's supposed to be a fake binary, fake duality. Like you're supposed to pick one other Republican or Democrat, and it's the same choice, but they're getting too split now, and that's made it so interesting. And there's an actual difference between the two now.
How do we not have fucking ranked ballots?
Ranked?
We don't have ranked ballots.
That'd be cool.
Because they were gonna do it. Trudeau was gonna do something like that.
But then he realized
he realized he would lose if he did
Yeah.
that, so he just didn't.
Who the fuck would even win if we had ranked ballots?
It would just be minority government.
It would
all
be
the time.
there would be a lot more different
And
viewpoints.
The problem is
represented.
minority government gets nothing done, so it's like
true.
not actually that.
One of the
effective.
problems with ranked ballot is like the idea that like you're just having a bunch of these tribes squabbling with each other instead of like one guy in power doing most of the work.
Yeah.
Most of the
Ranked ballots, but you can only form majorities.
I don't know. I'm pro ranked ballot. I think that would be fine.
But how does that work? Then it's just like do what we're doing now.
We just get rid of the Senate.
That's maybe yeah.
We just have
We could do
have a guy who makes all this.
No, we
makes
shouldn't
all
have
decisions.
a guy. We should have a party that makes all the decisions.
Oh,
Because
no.
the guy is too much of a publicity grist now these days. You know. What if the guy is like just stupid?
I know what I would do to Trudeau if I saw him in real life.
What would you do to Trudeau? I need to hear this.
You don't want to know. Trudeau walked in that door right now.
We'd be like, oh, how did you find us?
I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing in my apartment?
Is that Trudeau?
Like, is that Justin Trudeau? Well, sorry guys, one thing. Justin Trudeau just walked in my front door,
See, it's no longer the Saplow podcast; it's the Justin Trudeau podcast.
and we kicked you.
When I was a newspaper editor.
No. You have me, but he sits on my lap.
I was a paper editor at the Charlatan, which is like my Carleton's newspaper. I was the arts editor. And one day they were all like, my editor-in-chief was like, we're going to have a big guest in tomorrow, so everyone should show up. And I was like, I don't really care. It was Trudeau. And yeah, Trudeau just like talked to like all my friends.
And you didn't go.
I didn't go.
And you're
wow.
like, fuck you.
I was
Did you
I was
hit-
like, you're a bad guy. Even though
hit-
you're our elected leader, and in like 2017 or whatever, when I was arts editor,
Everyone was,
he was
pro him.
he was like kind of like
was
more
fine,
broadly like
people thought he was gonna like do something. That's the biggest failing he's ever done. Is he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he
What
really.
has Trudeau done?
He won the white women over by being hot.
Yeah.
I think we should take voting rights away from white women.
What a bold political stance, Brogan.
You know what? You don't like that?
No, it's just like, oh god, I've heard that one before.
Have you?
Yeah, like
White women only?
Well, I guess not specifically white women.
Yeah, I just mean like middle class white women. Like
Right.
the second you're in.
It's okay to be misogynistic as long as it's against white women.
No.
You know what I realized
no.
recently? Because we're like you're discriminating in the white woman, right?
Middle class. I'm talking like if you get the second you enter like the $60K a year to like $130K a year income bracket, you lose your voting rights. If you go under or over, you get them back.
I think we should do
Okay.
that,
So
but with
you have to be a girl boss.
You're the girl boss or like trailer trash,
Look,
but like
okay.
middle class, you don't get it.
no.
Anti-centrism.
This would be easily fixed with just a weight level. It's like you can't be 250 pounds and be allowed to vote.
Fat people can't vote.
But
I think only fat people should be allowed to vote. A fatocracy.
I vote for the burger,
how it used to-
party.
No, I know, but that's
I'm
you
voting
say
for
that.
the donut
You say
party.
that. But you go back.
bubble tea party.
You go back 200 years. That was how things were run. All the fat people had all the power.
Right, because they were rich.
Yeah, because they were rich. Now, if all the fat people, are poor.
Fatness was a sign of wealth.
Yeah.
No, fat people are poor because they spend all their money on getting fat. It's like people who work out have no money either. Like
Guys,
professional gymnasts, not like bodybuilders, because you don't get any money for competing in those. And then like you got to get the testosterone shots. You got to eat about as much as Boogie eats every day, but it's just different food. And then you got to go to the gym for like 4 to 8 hours a day, so you stay in like good shape.
Yeah.
And get bigger and whatnot. So it's literally like they have no money either. Like they're the same kind of dichotomy. It's just, they're the same level of work too.
We have to cut out one group from voting.
Mhm.
Pick one.
old people.
Old people?
Yeah, that's what I would pick.
Over 60s?
65.
I think no, not that, not old. It's once you retire.
Yeah, like once you retire.
Because once you retire, you've kind of cut yourself out of any economical thing that matters. And children don't get to vote because they don't work. Right. So
I'm genuinely ageist, I think. Like I just don't think like 80-year-old. Like the fact that all these fucking 80-year-olds are in power.
yeah, it's like we were just on the way here. I was talking about how like people they changed, but there's no consistent morality or whatever. Like
You were
your
saying
thoughts-
drama YouTubers have more consistent morality than politicians.
Yes, but also like you will be like a left-leaning person when you're younger, and as you get older, you become conservative.
Because it's downstream from your temperament.
Yeah, because that's just like how you develop as a person, and then you start to think that way, right? But it's also because you have things and you want things to stay the same, yada yada yada. But it's like, you change over time.
That tracks. I feel like YouTube Trump, we should just elect Turkey Tom as the president.
Turkey
I
Tom
think-
presidency.
I think that'd be funny, but not a good idea.
I think Turkey Tom would have like more consistent morals than Trump.
Do you think he's really gonna stop like drone striking countries?
Probably.
No, he's gonna make more, dude.
Tom, if you're listening, would you stop drone striking?
Yeah, would you stop? No, I feel like he would. I think he would do it more. But you would. You know what I think Tom would do? He would probably just tweet what he was doing, like Trump was doing, kind of. But it's like all of the government secrets would just be like, yeah, this is just now the truth now. Yeah, everyone knows.
He just makes drama videos about government secrets
Yeah.
from the inside as the president.
Yeah, he's just giving Wendigoon like with the truth.
I think if you'd vote for Trump based off policy, like immigration. That's it. Like if you think there should be less immigrants, like you got to vote for the guy who's gonna, crack down on immigrants.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't even think that guy would even do it that much. I don't even trust a politician to do the one thing they base their entire platform off of.
The numbers were low. They were so low. They were lower than I've ever been before.
I think maybe also part
That's
of
not true.
part of what made Trump fall off is that everyone figured out his voice.
Yeah.
They got the cadence down. They realized it was the cadence, not the
Okay.
not the voice.
I think we should take 10 seconds
Mhm.
and think about what the next topic of this podcast is going to be that's actually useful.
What do you mean? In what way?
Because we don't need to yap about Trump
No, we don't. No, but
in
what?
the abstract.
I kind of feel like
what's
this is
useful?
Christmas morning. I have like a Christmas morning vibe right now.
I kind of feel it too, but I think I'm getting it from you. It's just like I'm getting a little of the vibes.
I'm all cozy and like curled
yeah,
up.
yeah.
and I'm like,
You literally, yeah.
what do I want to talk about today?
Mm-hmm. I'm down to talk about I was homeschooled
yeah,
till grade
I was
11.
you argue about Jane about
Yeah,
homeschooling. 'cause
Jane
Jane's
wants to
really pro.
homeschool her kids, and I was like, no, don't do that. That's bad. But one moment. Is this important? It is not important. Okay. I was just like, she was like, I want to homeschool my kids, and I was like, don't do that because they're gonna be desocialized weirdos. I am the exception.
You socialize yourself by force.
I forced myself into being good at socializing and not having some weird thing. But I think it's actually fine if you skip middle school and then you go into grade 9, or like when you're like 14 or 13, you're in high school, whatever. Like that's okay. You can recover from that. In fact, I think it gives you an appreciation for human connection a lot more than people who did middle school. But if you wait too long, they're just going to be autistic.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if you can recover that in college, but because it depends. Like my entire extended family also went homeschooled, and it was all really weird because it wasn't for religious reasons. It was just cuz. So we had, and I have like 9 cousins, and so we would meet up a lot, and they were like my my friends for a while. And I also had some homeschooled friends, and it's like when you start young, like middle school, no, they're not all like autistic. They're like normal, and then as you slowly one by one, they'll go back to high school. And you'll slowly lose like all of your normal friends. But they said that my extended family did the same thing, but I would accept the first group to do it. They all graduated, and they're all normal actually. They all went through all the college, all that. They didn't go to school, the public school at all, and they were normal. But I think that's because they were socialized in an environment which is basically an open doors policy, and they had like a huge group of friends who were all like either homeschool or not or whatever. So it was like a well-knit community. But if you don't, as your parent, like have a community when you're homeschooling and like really bring people into your home and like invite people and have them come by, your kid is not going to realize, is not going to get the skills necessary to communicate or anything like that. But it's just like, it depends on how socialized they are. And also it's like, what kind of interests do they have? Like if you're like a kind of person who wants to enable the good interests, it's like, how much do you want to micromanage your kid? Like I didn't meet friends without my parents organizing it until I was 17. Until I went to high school.
Damn.
And grade 12.
Damn.
So like I didn't have an email until then either, or a phone. And so it's like I feel like I was like kind of set back by that. But at the same time, like I don't know. Like it didn't ruin me somehow. But it could have.
Yeah.
And I think if your like kid has like autism or something, but it's like it's worth trying to get them to work it out in public school, because autistic people don't socialize, or even I think they get way worse. I think
if my son was autistic and very autistic, and he just wants to like organize shapes all day, I don't think we're just gonna let him do it. I'm not gonna force him to socialize.
No, that's fair, but I'm talking like someone who can.
Yeah, someone who's not actually autistic.
Someone who's like borderline. Someone who like could. It would need to be in the system for their entire life to be like to know the system enough to like manage it without it being a huge problem. Because if you're just thrust into that, because once you hit 18, college, whatever, you're in the system now, and you've never done a test in your life, or you've never written an essay. I've written like 5 essays in my life. Like it's important to have that kind of a routine and figured out how to struggle with that when you're younger, I think.
Yeah. This is the sleepy position.
We've conflated atomization with autism.
Yeah.
We confuse the two. Yeah,
but there's also a bit of a bias because a lot of kids are taken out of school because they are autistic, and then they get put into homeschooling. The worst one is when they would be fine, but they have like anxiety, and that they either develop from being homeschooled or during class, and then they don't work it out in their schools, and they go and then they just isolate themselves online.
Can you catch the tism?
Yes. Yeah, but that's what atomization is. Like if you're all your friends, like if you're the sum of your 5 friends.
Right.
So non-autistic guy, if he has 5 autistic friends, it's going to be a little more.
Yeah.
Especially if they're young. Mostly when you're young, because if you're like older and you're like like with them, you're probably fine. But when you're really young, I do think that if you were just socialized around them, you will obviously not have the setbacks they do, but you will like be thinking the similar to them, because you're thinking similar to your friends are, right? And who your friends are a reflection of you. Like simple as that. Like. And a lot of these people online who like they have like an anxiety disorder. It's not autism, but it can make you really, really awkward to be around, right? Like that's kind of what like autism, when you're like around it, sometimes can be just like a permanent awkwardness. And you can definitely learn that or be socialized into that. Like I was just lucky that I liked people a lot, so I would try. And I had really bad anxiety. Like I couldn't make first contact. It was so bad. And then when I got to high school, I had to force that out of me, just by brute force. Like if you have an anxiety disorder, I don't know. Like I think that I had like a genuine anxiety problem. I still have it. It's just like it manifests in things when I do things for the first time. It's super bad. Like it's hard to do new stuff. I really like familiar things. But if you have a genuinely really bad one, or like the developing symptoms of something like that, you need to take it onto yourself to break it as many times as possible to get over that slump, because it only gets easier when you make first contact with someone. If you are like, I can't talk to new people, you have to go out and talk to new people every day. And it's like, put yourself in an environment where it doesn't matter, like the street, randos on the street, or like something like that. Like as an adult, because in high school, you can just talk to a random person. It kind of doesn't matter.
You meet your girlfriend just by like talking to a random person on the bus or something?
Not quite. No, I was in my class in college. I was just like randomly talking to her. It was just the first day. I was sat next to her. I was like, yo, what's up? And then I was like, give me your Instagram. And then she quit the class the next day. And it was just complete luck that happened. Yeah.
Would you homeschool, Brogan?
I have my reservations about public school. I think. I don't know if I'd homeschool though. I'd probably do private school. That's a big goal for me, is to like save enough wealth to put my kids in private school.
There's like a schooling political spectrum, and like you have like private school, public school, but then you also have like, homeschool, which is a more extreme, and then more extreme than homeschooling is like you homeschool them, but you also don't give them a curriculum.
Yeah.
And there's people who do this where it's like,
most of the people I knew do that.
Wow. So it's like,
it works for some people though, because like some of the kids just love math.
Right, but on the forums for these people, sometimes they're like, my kid is like 8 and doesn't know the alphabet yet. Should I be worried? Because like they never teach them that.
The answer is yes.
That's so fucked up.
Should be very worried.
I'd private school my kids until high school. I think high school is public high school is an important experience, but I am very worried about my children getting corrupted.
I had a very enjoyable middle school experience for the one grade that I did it. But also, I think I was a bit of a wild, insane little child. And then when I got homeschooled, I became introverted, not by choice. And then now it just like made me value people a lot more. But I also think that part of what saved me was I used to do a weekly live stream, and I would just like practice talking.
That's good.
And then I got good. I would be able to hold most of a conversation on my own. Because like when I was in high school, I would talk to like introverted people, because you can't really go into a group or two people talking and interrupt their conversation to like enforce it. I just couldn't do that. I still can't. I just feel like it's better to disturb someone reading a book, because like fuck your book, I'm more interesting.
Yeah.
And then like just be more interesting than whatever they're doing. So I would just be able to provide the meat of the conversation, because they're like, And then sometimes they'd end up being friends with me, and then I had a bunch of introverted friends, and they're all friends with each other now. And they're like, that's how they get friends.
We should we should end this podcast.
How?
Should you go to bed?
Go to sleep?
Am I only guest to not die in the pod?
Yeah, we don't want. We can't kill you. We're just gonna go to bed.
I was thinking we shove him over and beat him to death with our bare hands, but I mean I'm down to sleep as well.
Look, who's gonna put the garbage away if you do that?
It's true. Okay, I want to cover 2 topics before we end.
Okay.
One, Saplow.
Okay.
Why haven't you killed yourself yet?
Why haven't I killed myself? I just don't feel the desire as much as other people, I think.
Yeah, but you're not neurotic.
I don't agree with that.
I think you're like the least neurotic guy.
I don't know. I think
of all time.
I think I keep my neuroticism to myself better. I think. I try really hard to not be neurotic. I think that's what it is. I warped my entire worldview to just make it so everything's okay all the time.
Yeah, like we were talking about climate change on the way here, and you're like, doesn't exist.
Yeah, I know. I don't even believe that, but I say it and I feel better.
That's awesome.
That's like half of my positing. It's just I feel better now, and also just because it's like I do like I think you said this, Brogan, where it's like why there's so much. We're on like the cusp at the end of the world. Why would you want to miss that? Like if the world is ending and climate change is going to kill someone or whatever, the nukes are going to get dropped or whatever, Trump's going to get in office again. Why wouldn't you want to witness the end of the world? You're going to get killed. You might as well watch it happen. Also, like you could die anytime. Like I kind of think like, I could literally like if I'm feeling bad, real bad, I could be like I might get hit by a car today, and then you just feel better. But it's like it's also like I don't know. I just feel I have too much to do. Like I have all these plans and I want to do them before I die. I want to have like a kid. I want to have a legacy. I want to like tell my weird positing to my child and have them like think I'm insane, but only like when they're like 35 and thinking back on it. That's what I really want to.
Right, like it's normal to them because they don't know anything else.
Yeah, because they're like, "What's going on?" And it's like, I talk to their friends about it, and they're like, "Dad, your dad's weird."
Okay, two. That's a good answer. And 2. Yeah, it's just occurring to me that you're a Minecraft YouTuber. Like you're in the Minecraft scene.
I really am. I think I'm like I'm low key in I'm like the underground of Minecraft scene. I've got connections, bro.
What would you say your Minecraft focus is? Like you talk about like abandoned old servers.
Yeah, so I got really into. I loved history when I was younger, and then I loved Minecraft, and then I found a Minecraft server which was a mix of both, which was like a server that just never reset the world file. So it had like a decade of like random crap on it. And I just love that idea so much. And then I eventually was like, I need to catalog a list of servers that are like this. And so I went out searching. There were some that were like 10 years old. You're like, oh, this is really old. It's like day one of Minecraft servers existing. And I went on a search for it because I was like, this is like a really big obsession of mine. I was like, I want to find the oldest server. There's got to be something more old than this. And I went through the Wayback Machine going through all the old like listings on these old like websites, like archives, and then I found it. I found the actual oldest Minecraft server. And that was like a big deal. Like I made a video about it and like another dude made a video about it and it has like 3 mil now. And I set up a whole archive because I got a bunch of other people to help me and I had already a bunch of servers that were semi-old or oldish and I want to preserve this. Like this is technically internet history. It's technically the history of like a bunch of people's first time using computers and shit. Like there's actually something interesting on these servers. Like I think they are kind of like valuable. And so I have a list of ones that are I want to make it into a website. It's a Discord server right now. And it's just got like info about them, how old, when the map was started, you know, how many people are like on it, whatever. Links to the socials so they don't die out. And that's kind of like my like little special interest, I guess. And people, you know, like there's an audience for it. Like 3 million people watched that one about the oldest server. Fun fact, it's in Canada. It's in BC, and I met the owner of it and his wife. We went to Brown's Social House and got some food. me and my girlfriend was there too. It was fun.
That's fun.
What was it about them being old? I guess it's just internet archiving.
It's literally like since the dawn of the existence of Minecraft in a multiplayer format, the server has existed, and every version updates. It changes something. So there's a literal like world, like the start of the map has different generation and build styles because of like not only is the terrain different, there were less blocks, different terrain. Then it changes, and then so the buildings people would build are different. Then it's like the culture of the builds that they would build changes, and then more blocks are added, and there's like an evolution of style over time, and then like methodology and the meta always changes. Every update, the meta of how you play the game changes. So there's like a real visible progression in this fake landscape that is made by players. Like erosion is not a thing in Minecraft, but because of other players existing, it's a thing. And it's really fascinating to me because you can see like a house get degraded in like semi-real time by revisiting every couple of years, and someone has like broken a window or something. It's just interesting. It's like it kind of like mimics like human structures a little bit, but without the like permanence of death, right? Unless you die in real life.
Okay, last question for you.
Yeah,
why are so many Minecraft YouTubers pedophiles?
I had to stop myself from saying the truth. It's because it's a children's game but it's like the kind of children's game you can play forever because it's like it has that adult appeal to it. And these like people who grow up playing Minecraft kind of are desocialized weirdos to an extent. Like the ones that let's say aren't pedophiles. Let's focus on those like Paul Soares Jr., like a lot of the old head Minecraft YouTubers.
Ethos Lab,
like even like the ones that were children's entertainers, like Ant Venom or something. These guys, Ant Venom's he's a bit autistic, but like he's nice. I like him, but these guys existed. They're like they didn't grow up on the internet, right? So they had friends before. They had real life connections. They had like Paul Soares Jr. has a family when he started the game. You know, Scott is Minecraft. That guy's fucked up. But we didn't know that at the time. But
what did Sky do?
Like beat his 3 wives.
Oh Jesus fucking
and then,
Christ!
Like, abuse his child.
Oh my fucking god!
3 wives, not bad.
Well, he went with 3 ex-girlfriends and he had like some kids. I don't know.
That's Sky does Minecraft.
Yeah, he's like fucked up now.
What the fuck? I did not expect him to look like that.
Yeah,
he's like a fat nerd.
But bro, they might play Minecraft. But like a lot of the old heads like are not that fucked up. And so I think it's because when you grow up online, you're kind of I think infantilized a little bit in your own brain. and then you're in an environment where Discord exists, which didn't exist before. So direct communication with fans. And then the majority of fans who are going to use Discord are going to be children coming from a Minecraft video. And it's like a lot of these YouTubers, you know, like let's say Dream, mass appeal basically equals children can watch it and adults can get enjoyment in it somehow.
Yeah.
So you know, like Mr. Beast kind of thing. It's like if Mr. Beast had a Discord, people would be sending porn in there.
Yeah.
And talking to minors. Oh wait. That's exactly what happened.
Right.
So it's like it's mostly, you know, it's like someone like that. And it's especially when these like new wave YouTubers have this like e-boy aesthetic. And that gets girls.
Yeah.
Right. Like I would say someone like the most of the Minecraft YouTubers I interact with, it's like boys content. So there's like the girl, the underage girl interaction is going to be a lot less.
Right.
And the culture is like very different. But for someone like Dream or they're like a kin, you know, they're like, oh, look at me. I've got my painted fingernails and I'm like kind of goth or something.
Woman.
Or, you know, like that guy with the deep voice, like, hi guys. What's his name? Made the song.
Corpse.
Yeah. That guy.
Corpse husband.
Yeah, you know, like women love those people. Like they really got obsessed with it. And it's just not exactly it increases the number of exposure.
The women love them when they haven't seen the face
exactly.
of them
Yeah.
yet.
But
they're like faceless. YouTubers.
Yeah.
It's like deep voice means high testosterone.
Exactly. And it's like that's kind of why. Because you've got these desocialized people who grew up mostly doing Discord. Like Dream is fat, right? And I know that he disproved the allegations, whatever. But
no, that's definitely him.
Yeah, the whatever
Fat Dream.
Yeah, no. That he said that was real. I'm just talking about like the pedophile stuff.
Can you look up Fat Dream? I want to see Fat Dream.
It's kind of cool. But it's like these Minecraft YouTubers are.
Oh, he was a big boy.
They blow
no,
up.
That's
now.
after he lost the weight.
I know it's after he lost the weight. I'm looking at the before.
Yeah, look at the before he lost the weight.
Damn.
Oh yeah, big guy.
It's a fat boy.
It's like they grow up online, right? So you're a child and you start doing this. When you become famous, you kind of get stuck at whatever age you got famous, right?
Yes, I agree.
That's why a lot of child actors get fucked up. Because they're just so then it's like when you're stuck basically meant like acting like you were when you were 16, 17, whatever, right? Especially if you're just playing Minecraft, right? Instead of playing the game when you were like 25, you're gonna act a lot more casually around children, right? Or younger people. And it's like that's just kind of something like if you're not really aware of that, like if you're you're like, man, I can't get real woman in real life because YouTubers like I've all known because the amount of YouTubers don't want to come here to the studio. They really like to isolate themselves. So you add that element, you're like, I can't get a real woman online. I guess I'll do this Discord person I talk to every day. And it's like, oh, they're younger than you by a lot. Well, you know, and then some of them are like pedophiles. Like, you know, like Lion Maker is just a straight up like actual like, you know,
right.
No social thing going on with that guy. He just was grooming children from the get go. You know,
right. We met Mog Swamp at VidCon. I really liked that guy.
Mog Swamp. I've never heard of him.
Yeah, cool guy.
Yeah, he was nice because he got famous when he was like 25.
Yeah, and I think
he's married too.
Brains
like
developed.
Yeah, getting famous later is so much better. Like
it's true. I think you have to consciously, if you blow up younger, you have to consciously mature.
Yeah, you have to because you never have to change. Like that's like what money kind of does. I think money and power, whatever, you get put into a stasis chamber, and the only change comes from within, and that's why a lot of these like really successful people are a little bit like weird, like socially autistic, because they're like the kind of guy who can just like I'm gonna stop doing this forever now. Is like that's the kind of person who's not normal. Or I'm gonna start doing this forever, and they can commit to it. That's not normal behavior.
Okay, Brogan, you wanna take a nap?
You wanna go to bed?
You wanna go to bed?
Sleep stream right after this.
Yeah. Sleep, awake.
Oh, that's the real version.
I can't get comfier.
Is that shirt from a band, Brogan?
What I'm wearing?
Yeah.
No, it's a sweater.
It's a nice sweater. I like that it's like 100 different sweaters, strips.
We're never waking up this early to do a podcast again.
It's called a cable knit, made famous by Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls? Really?
Yeah, Biggie Smalls wore Coogee sweaters.
Interesting. Is it like a high brand thing or?
Yeah, they're made in Australia.
Oh shit!
And that's the real horseshoe.
I'm just gonna pass out from exhaustion, get a seizure, and die. Oh no! It's like a very slow heartbeat. Oh, I guess I'll put the garbage out today now. You guys are fucked up. What is this?
You know, like this is an ending.
I don't know, man. I just
Fine, you have to die too. Bang!